Hey folks, so we're back. We have the plate separated now from the trunk, or the pocket that holds the centerboard. Now, I was a little mistaken as the bolts did not go all the way through. As you can see, the bolts only held the stainless steel pipe and its flange to that plate. And that plate was probably originally used, they used some very, very strong adhesive, sealant that they expected to last a lifetime. Obviously it completely deteriorated, all came out in powder, and I just vacuumed it up. If you look closely in there, you can see, you can see where the stainless steel cable runs through, and a small part of the stainless steel tube protruded to align it to that hole. What we're going to do is we're going to bed that with 5200, we're going to press it, let it set, then we're going to glass the whole thing in. This should be a, a 20-30 year fix by the time we're done. And the fix is going to outlast me for sure. But what's important here is the people who tried to fix this previously just threw glass on top. And they just used polyester. I showed you the chunks that came out of it. It was a disaster. Let me just shut this heater off for a second so that it's not as loud. So it was a complete disaster. What they should have done is separated it like this and just put new bedding compound in, then glassed it. Probably would have lasted, for the life of the boat. When you get older boats like this boat's almost 40 years old, adhesives are not going to last that long. I mean, they're limited, and you're gluing a piece of aluminum here, or what looks like aluminum, to a flat surface of fiberglass. I'm going to use 5200. I don't like 5200 all the time because it's so permanent, but in this case we need permanent. So let's I'm going to put this in. I'm going to put a good bed of 5200 down. I'll use a block of wood to push it, let it sit. I'll use fast setting because we've got to get this boat back in the water, and then we're going to glass around it just using West System and fiberglass mat. We're not going to use chop strand because we have mat, and mat will be perfect for bandaging this up. These bolts, it turns out, are not critical. They are in holding that plate to the surface. I've considered separating the two and bedding that. However, it's not leaking, and this sealant should fix it. So on top of that, we're putting glass on top. So we're going to risk that part of it. If I had more time, I would definitely keep going, but I think what would happen is we're going to find the plate's bent. I'm going to have to go take the whole pipe out, get it straightened, and it's just not something that we can keep doing. So as you can see, the pipe in there and the stainless steel cable, which lifts and lowers the centerboard, runs through there. So we want to make sure we don't get too much 5200 in there. We don't want to seize this damn centerboard again. We'll probably just end up retightening these bolts, bedding it with 5200, and then wrapping glass. So it's going to be a day's project. Glad we were able to get it separated this far, because it does allow me now to really get a good amount of sealant in there, and also allow me to clean it out. The one thing you don't want to do is apply epoxy or sealant to anything with a layer of dust or film or moisture on it. So I'm going to leave this for half an hour with a heater on it. A little heater here. We're just going to point heat at it just to make sure it's completely dry, so that the sealant is going to work. We're then going to sand off some of this old polyester here, get the paint off so that we can get a decent bond with our fiberglass mat, and we should be off to the races and ready to drop this boat in the water in a day or two. Take care, folks. Have a wonderful day. This is Phil from Desperado 2, and follow the rest of my adventures. These videos are not all going to be in order. I need somebody to help me with my WordPress website, so if you want to volunteer a small amount of time and help me, because I don't fully understand WordPress, sure would appreciate it. And it's desperado2.com. It's the number 2. And we'll get that fixed up and get more of these videos of ongoing maintenance problems on an older boat. Take care, folks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.